What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AM, guys. Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants. I'm your host, Michael Abernathy, and welcome to the show predicated on the journey of life and business. I hope life is treating you good, guys. I'm doing better than I deserve. And one of the things I want to talk about for today is going first. And I talk about this a lot, how this is really a principle in life. And if your heart is really to lead or serve people, it is this principle of going first is so important. The Marine Corps calls it ductus exemplo, lead by example, right? But really just in the real world, it's going first, and it's really part of serving. And now here's a couple aspects of going first. Part of going first is having a place of humility, to go first with humility, or to go first with honor, or to go first with paying it forward first, right? To go first with serving, to go first with openness and honesty, clarity, truthfulness, simpleness, to go first with work, pre-work, and do the work beforehand, and things like that. But it also means going first oftentimes in vision or in belief. And it's so interesting because going first often, I found, is really shunned by society in general. And the reason why is when you go first, you're normally breaking the norm. It's not normal to really go first or put others first and serve them. It's more normal to protect yourself and more normal to act in a way that is best for yourself than others. And it is more normal to just fit in and not break standards and norms. And I'm not saying that, there aren't cultural norms or cultural, principles that need to be acknowledged or that just need to be ignored. But what I am talking about is really going outside of just this herd mentality. That's not really a good word or good language for what I'm trying to say, but it's simply that, it's really breaking cultural norms. And so people don't go and they don't go first. And we don't want to go first as people because we're too afraid of what others think of us. We're often too afraid of what others are going to say. We're too afraid of how others are going to view us. We care more about their opinion than the actual ideal or myself or the goal or the greater good driving the work and driving the mentality behind going first. And like I said, this works two ways. So going first with the principles, with honor, trust, going first with truth, with love, all these things, and putting those first as a person and then moving forward. It's the same thing with vision or belief. For instance, the guy who ran the first mile in under 4 minutes, his name was Roger Bannister, I believe, and you guys can look me up. His name was Roger Bannister, but the point is nobody had broken that 4 minute mile mark, but he believed that he could do it, and he broke it. And then afterwards, it's like now something like, multiple high school students have accomplished that. I think it's like 20 high school students have accomplished breaking a mile in under 4 minutes. And before it was impossible. And that's an example of going first in vision. Oftentimes it is serving people to go first in vision and remaining firm and founded on your belief and vision to build something that otherwise people could not think was possible. The same thing, and by the way, this just can apply to your friend group and generally to where you're at in your small circles. It doesn't have to be the entire world or on that type of scale. The point of what I'm getting at is this: we really become selfish when we're not willing to go first. When we see something and we're not really willing to go first in the area that we see. When we hear something or when we have a solution, but we're too afraid of what others might think or what others might do, it becomes very selfish of us, especially in business. If we're not willing to go first and serve the customer before we have money, before we receive transaction, it becomes very selfish and cold, and it becomes this entity that people know does not actually care about them. See, when we go first as a company, when we go first in business, and when we pre-work and pay it forward first, there's not just value given. And a lot of business people and entrepreneurs talk about giving value and providing value up front. But really what it is let me go first. And I'm going to go first because this is the man in the business. This is the man that I said I would be. Or I'm going to go first because this is the company we said we would be like. And then if you decide to do business with us, great. But it's not this manipulative tactic. That's not going first either. You go first because this is who you want to be as a person, or you go first because this is who you agreed to be as a company and what you're building. And so that being said, just to simplify again, going first is really serving and it's becoming selfless in a lot of ways versus selfishly protecting yourself or selfishly leveraging something to get something else. Anyways, guys, I'm over, and I'll catch you later. Peace.